let's get into one of my favourite regions to buy in Perth, and it probably is my favourite, and that's the Joondalup Council region of Perth, or should I say the Joondalup region. Look, Joondalup, for those that don't know Perth well, I call it the Parramatta of Perth, in that it is basically your major employment hub other than the CBD, particularly for white collar workers. So a lot of people that live in the north of Perth actually say going into town as into going into the Joondalup centre rather than going in, should I say, to the CBD. So a suburb that I really like, and I'm going to give both an upmarket and a sort of, I'd say, fairly well priced suburb in the region. Let's first of all start with an upmarket suburb, is Ocean Reef. Look, Ocean Reef obviously is by the seaside and it has its name for obvious reasons, but it's a suburb that's basically next to another suburb called Iluka that is significantly more expensive than it. But not only that, look, a key part of Ocean Reef that I really like is just that median income it has. It has a ridiculously high median income, and it's a very, should I say, strong family suburb. So look, Ocean Reef, the median household weekly income is $2,480. So that's comparable with some of, Sydney and Melbourne's best suburbs, and your median monthly mortgage repayments are only $2,253. But look, let's dig a little bit deeper, and I'll just explain a little bit more about the suburb. So because it's a family suburb, it's actually quite close to Joondalup and a few fairly good schools towards, should I say, the city coastal region of Perth. You've got quite a lot of families that live here and stay here long term, and it's near some very beautiful walks and beaches. So you got like your local dune walk in Ocean Reef that is really, really nice, and you've also not too far from your Scarborough precinct. You're not far from Hillary's, which is two really like popular areas. You're right next to the Joondalup, should I say, employment hub and shopping centre. You're not overly far from Karrinyup either. So look, really, really good suburb. Home to a lot of long-term residents, which is an important thing for Perth, particularly in down cycles. You can still pick up a property in Ocean Reef for about 1.05 to about 1.1 million. You get about $800 a week rent, so pretty unbelievable rent for a suburb of that sort of nature. You're not getting that in Sydney and Melbourne at all, so definitely consider that when looking to buy an Ocean Reef. Not only that too, but as I said earlier, it is significantly cheaper than a suburb called Iluka, which is really close by. It actually neighbours it to the north. So Ocean Reef, you can see there's about $1,050,000 in median price. Iluka is about 1.2 million at the moment. This is taken literally days ago. Not only that too, but look, I'd say on top of that too, Ocean Reef is actually placed better than Iluka, and it's actually a very older suburb, and it's a set suburb. So Burns Beach, which is just north of Iluka, is a fairly new suburb. So you have quite a bit of new stock on the market there. So comparables of Iluka to Burns Beach are probably something that I'd say would put supply up simply because there's more, should I say, new stock in Burns Beach as compared to Iluka, whereas Ocean Reef is a very set market. So a lot of the homes are on, I'd say, your larger blocks. A lot of them do have pools too. A lot of them actually have really nice ocean views too. So look, that's only going to be more in demand in the future. And this area, particularly Joondalup, is going to close out the cycle stronger than your cheaper areas, undoubtedly. So definitely consider that when looking to buy in the Joondalup region. Look, another suburb of Joondalup that I do really like is a suburb called Craigie. Now, a lot of Perth locals might have a bit of thoughts towards the suburb, and don't get me wrong, the thoughts are probably correct to an extent, because it does, should I say, have a little bit of a rough nature to it. Look, and the reason for that is it did have a little bit of public housing back in the day, and still to an extent in some ways does. But the suburbs wedged basically between much more expensive suburbs. So it's close to the Joondalup centre, don't get me wrong, but it's really close to both Hillary's and Mullaloo, which are significantly more expensive than it. Look, a bit about Craigie as well is that you get some pretty incredible rents there. So you're getting $650 a week for $750,000 to $800,000 property. You're still picking them up for, which is just incredible. And that demand's just going to keep going up because the vacancy rate's just sub-zero, which is crazy. It's not sub-zero, but it's under 1%. Look, a bit about Craigie is because it's wedged between both Joondalup and Hillary's, it's got incredible access to both of those areas. So for those that don't know Hillary's is basically sort of a harbourfront sort of town. You got a lot of nice restaurants, a couple of nice facilities. So you can see just here, the aquarium there. And also it's near Joondalup too. So Joondalup is the main employment centre of the north. So people in Craigie are near lifestyle precincts and near jobs. So that's really important, near some good schools too, as it is close to Ocean Reef as well. So really good suburb, quite cheap to buy in at the moment. So definitely consider Craigie when looking at the Joondalup region, especially if your budget's somewhere from $750 to $1.1 million. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you're looking for a buyer's agent in Australia's best performing suburbs, be sure to reach out via www.compoundinvest.com.au. Thanks again and welcome to the channel. I'll see you on the next one.